Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that exciting, living, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Off here to everything 1v1 on Vilshanka in the west. It is Iroha funding for the Oberkommandist Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the 12th SS Panzerdivision Hitlerjugend with elite armored Overwatch and Feuersturm. Double infinite medical supplies for these. It is the TwistedTootsy himself, most twisted of Tootsies. Funding for the Commonwealth, the British Army. The 11th Armored Division here, we got Commander Regiment, Tactical Support, and Lend-Lease Assault Regiment with double sappers and the new Westcare bullets in there. Double section versus Volksgrüne Sturmpioniere. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters. These champions, these heroes are the Propagandacast who keep in the business. And without them, this would be a lot harder to do. So big thanks to all of those. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. You all just donate. Links in the description. And, you know, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Keep the YouTube algorithm from, you know, dragging me off and hanging me shot. Because on the way there for TwistedTootsy, sectioning northwards, jumping northwards rather for the fuel point, spread out there from Iroha and for Twisted. Worth noting, he's not going for what I would say is recent build, which is more heavily focused on Lend-Lease with the assault regiments, but even like assault section, but also like an early mortar. So this is a bit interesting there. Bit interesting. I wonder what TwistedTootsy instead is planning. You never quite know with TwistedTootsy, and that's obviously shows one of his major fortes. Section for the south here. Sneak up, they grab the southern munitions point here. Grab northern point with a Sturmpioniere, equipped with a Sturmgewehr 44. Folks grab the sandbagging up here. Grabbing the point here with the Vickers machine gun. First shots fired by the south here. Folks with the section. Section should have one up there since they're already in heavy cover. And, you know, the infantry section. Third section for TwistedTootsy versus just one Volksgrüne squad. Firm engagement here, Folks with the section, trying to get the tactical advantage in this section. I think that's not a bad idea here, trying to just beat it out and trying to overwhelm the other one. Bit more risky, obviously, but there you go. Overwhelms the section, but at the same time, the section I think to overwhelm the Volksgrüne. And we got a third one, Vickers Marines. I think it's going to be lost here for Iroha in the end. Just no chance of winning that one. His men have been absolutely bled out. Did get a few section members killed in the end, lost a lot more Volksgrüne in the process. So ended up, I think, being a fairly straightforward win. But with that said, we got the Sturmpioniere still seeing absolutely no resistance in the north. My God, this is easy. Who says English? You're tough. Yeah, they're a bunch of cream puffs. But it does help we haven't encountered them. You're here with elite armor. Could be a 2-2-1 rush out here versus TwistedTootsy. Section moving back there for some reinforcement. Section northwards. Fox was advancing in the center. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper out there. Scams in the center, got Fox with the section there. Looks like no 2-2-1 being rushed here by Iroha. Well, hard to say, they still need the manpower for the 2-2-1. They like the Panzerspielwagen. Sturm has flanking pushing out the section with the Sturmgewehr 44. I don't know if Sturmpionieres were actually equipped with assault rifles though. I know there were some Volksgrüne, for example, actually, you know, on paper supposed to have like, you know, particular platoons and squads equipped heavily with assault rifles. And there was also Panzergrenadiers actually followed that sort of role, first in Panzer Brigades and later Panzer Divisions. But I don't actually know if the Sturmpionieres got to sort of the same share of assault rifles. That's actually a bit of an unknown to me, at least in sort of my studies so far. 2-2 on the way there for Iroha. They like the Panzerspielwagen, going aggressively here with the truck as well. Possibly planning to camp on the carve point there. That's surprisingly bold. Honestly, something I would expect out of the British from Companies 1. Those were terrible times. Sappers away for TwistedTootsy. Lots of flanking here. Sappers almost done. Rushing in. This is going to probably use this to sort of push them about there. Very cheeky tactic here from Iroha. Very cheeky. We'll have to see how TwistedTootsy responds to that one. In the south here, 2-1 engaging the Vickers side there, being heavily damaged by it already. In fact, down to less than a third of health. Not great there for Iroha. Not great. I'm sure the Vickers crew is quite pleased with that one, though. Look at that, Jerry! Look at that! Like it's made out of butter. I don't think it's made out of butter, Sergeant. I don't think the Germans have much left of that. Goering ate it all. Just reinforcing here. No sign of further tech or anything there from TwistedTootsy. Oh, there we go, AC Mark 3. So far, I'd say, though, TwistedTootsy strategy has been surprisingly conventional, which for TwistedTootsy, I suppose, is unconventional. Maybe that sort of is a bit gamble now. It's like, you know, just playing standards. Like, you know, it's like, you know, they expect him to do something weird or funny. It's like, you know, just standard Brits. And he's just like, completely floored. Bag of head was going up there for Iroha. 2-1 being repaired, fixing up all the holes. My God, does it make this thing out of cardboard or something? I don't think it's made out of cardboard, otherwise it probably would have resisted more bullets. Mine's down here for TwistedTootsy. Grab northern punch of the sections. Comfortable hut putty almost down there for Iroha. North 2-1 rushing against the section there, placing with its MD-34 there mounted on top. So I think by 1944-45 there wouldn't have been any 2-1s left. They'd have been upgraded to 2-2s and been destroyed. Well, that was also a version with an anti-tank rifle, or light anti-tank and mounted in the turbine, though I think that locked it down. Getting up to a 2-3 there, very good. And most 2-2 production, 2-1 production, obviously, but by 1944 pretty much stopped. They actually used 250 half-tracks being converted to armored cars instead. Fun fact. Hitting a mine there, AC on the way there for TwistedTootsy, scrumping something between TwistedTootsy and Iroha. Stemless on a docking for TwistedTootsy, 2-3 on the move, AC Mark 3 halfway done. Vickers remains very much all the way out there. Feel like he would benefit more from using an active sports troops against Iroha, but that's just me obviously. AC almost done either for TwistedTootsy. The 11th Armoured Division. Sabba's moving about here. Laying down his own mines to show the Brits that's how you do it. Package reinforcing healing. AC Mark 3 armoured car setting up there for TwistedTootsy, rolling forward here for the British Army. Forward being held up here and routed, standing a chance against this fine piece of British engineering. 2-3 setting up here, of course, also giving its position on the mini-map. I think also the tactical map now. Oh, it's packing up again already there. Probably realising the AC's inbound for it. Got response there by Iroha, but sadly, not fast enough, and TwistedTooty's going to put that one pretty much in an early grave here. Unless Iroha gets incredibly lucky, which he does. And that said, he does panther fast the AC and could potentially take it out here. That said, smokes and pop here soon would be a good idea for TwistedTootsy. Again, rolling ahead here. Oh, stuck here. Good hit there. He is popping smoke, but the problem is at that range, and also the direction, he could, yeah, still get knocked out. You should pull around here the hedges or something like that, I think. Yeah. 2-2 AC for 2-3 is not a great trade for TwistedTootsy. For Iroha, of course, that's actually pretty good. So moving forward against the foot community, Sniper for TwistedTootsy can try and beat out Iroha that way. There's definitely one way of doing it. I want to pressure a bit more northwards. I was looking to like deny his opponent field, but Iroha's putting up a very stubborn defense of the carve point, and TwistedTootsy attempt to breach that are not looking like they're making much progress, if any. Sniper there halfway down for TwistedTootsy and the British Army. Fulton setting out there. 2 squads up there with the Sturmgewehr 44, and only 1 squad there without the Sturmgewehr 44. Many squads were supposed to equip actually make do with either MP40s, or they had to, make do with rifles. But yeah, on paper, when the Volkskrieger divisions were sort of envisioned, which was after the losses in Normandy and Bagration, the coup against Hitler, or the assassination attempt, they were basically meant to be these modern infantry divisions heavily built around the assault rifles. Basically, you have like, assault platoons, but then you had like 2 squads made up with assault rifles, and then a final platoon with the squad there, then with sort of light machine guns and rifles, basically meant to like act as sort of fire support for the assault squads. And then you should like, have this sort of setup there. With each company then having 2 assault platoons, 1 mine platoon, effectively. That said, not enough assault rifles for starters. Another issue was also basically just they didn't have enough time to train them, so a lot of them performed quite poorly, and the ones that performed the best were actually the divisions that had the highest quantity of veterans, whereas the ones that barely had any veterans usually performed absolutely terribly. Fortunately, north of mine cleaned up there. We got an officer on the way for TwistedTootsy. Mine goes off there. Doesn't kill the sniper, fortunately for TwistedTootsy. Vickers remains very static and passive down there. Definitely starting to feel like a bit of waste there by TwistedTootsy. Again, I understand wanting to secure that area, but at the same time, the enemy isn't going there anyways. You can use your machine gun more effectively other places. Whoa! Iroha here pulled a fast one, went for second 2-1 there. I did not see that one coming, and clearly TwistedTootsy didn't either. Did we destroy that thing? I think the Germans went for another, Captain. Another? How rude! That's not cricket. Well, technically, this is a war, not cricket. Well, you know what I mean. Well, sir, sometimes I'm not entirely sure what you mean. But there you go. They actually got the sniper. They did cost them the 221, but that said, the 221 is actually cheaper than the sniper. So yeah, an entire vehicle with, you know, 2 men in it, cheaper than one guy with a rifle. Well, technically an anti-tank rifle and a really fancy suit. Yeah, TwistedTootsy for once got out-twisted. He is. Iroha just rushed him with a 221. Trot on the way there, Theodore going to take up. TwistedTootsy could also theoretically take up soon. Such as the kid there for here. Vickers remains nicely nestled in there with a nice cup of tea and some hot crumpets. Wait, where did you get those crumpets for? Oh, the bakery down the road. The bakery down the road? Oh, there is one down there. Is it still running? Yes. Turns out those French really don't have anything else to do in these times, so yeah, got myself some nice crumpets. And a nice baguette. Second thing, hand the full grenade off there, pushing out the section. Still on punch, one going to stick for Northern Point here. Section needs to fall back, I think, there. Nothing going on in there. Interested space. No upgrades for the sections. No grenades. No weapon racks. No. Oh, Steel Empire's going to get wiped out there. I think unless Iroha gets incredibly lucky, which it didn't. That's actually quite painful for Iroha. Definitely marked short on troops. That set, Shriya Punch, of course, could be pushing Orbistan. Of course, also set for armor fast in with TwistedTootsy. Risk going to hunt. That set, close getting up in the section, but looks like the stars do not align here for Iroha, and his men instead get punished out in the open, dying in the roads, in the fields, in the shrubberies. Sappers being hammered by the Fulton Grenadiers, section doing what they can there. Officer moving in as well here, Sten guns firing, and there we go, giving the Sappers a nice boost. Sadly, that's just into assault rifles, which did not work out well for the Sappers. There we go, all on for Iroha, some more elite infantry to put some pressure there on the Allies. Though, that said, he has authorized first, we can also equip them with the LMG-34. Vickers remains nicely getting stuck there. They've moved on from the crumpets and the baguette to some nice scones they've managed to somehow put together. Good thing I brought all of these ingredients with me all the way from England. Yes, and good thing there's an oven here.
We're losing a capture point.
North here, halted by the Shriya Punch quarters. Makes the tank for the Kenner, finally getting some action in there. They'll have to wait with the scones. Hopefully they don't, you know, burn in the oven. Fortunately out, the Barnhand grenade off. Those scones are going to get burned. Oh no, my scones! They're ruined, you damn Jerry bastards! I'll never forgive you for this! I'll never forgive you! Sectioning about here, up north there, troops advancing as well there. Almost getting Vickers machine gun. Looks like there's no need for forgiveness, it's the dead. Nice kill there for Iroha. Gives him a heavy machine gun team. Then we'll hope to see if Iroha makes better use of it than TwistedTootsy. Back at base with TwistedTootsy, we've got the tech, the connected push for a Cromwell soon enough. Meanwhile, Iroha still trying away there from armor. All of a sudden there, bit short munition for the MG-34. We got Finnish 62 as a 40-46. We got mines here going up on the sandbags. Cheeky TwistedTootsy. North their point being seized. Still no doctrine though for TwistedTootsy. Still nothing there. Part of the section. Also, they're getting the LMG-34 ratcheted up, ready to unleash some lead upon these damnable Englishmen. Vickers firing at the sappers. I think he had a plan here, but rather jumped, ultimately interrupted, and just appeared on the other side. That said, too many Englishmen for the Fulton to deal with. Can finally get Steel Punch with a Iroha. Cromwell for TwistedTootsy. Sounds being shot to bits there. Kind of right in the south of the section, the officer.
Enemy causing trouble.
More folks moving in against the section there. Cromwell halfway done for TwistedTootsy. Still no sign of a doctrine though. Still no major battle plan unveiled by the British. Could be he's going for the daring Brexit strategy, which means, you know, not really having a clue as to what you're doing until like the very last moment. Orbs on holding up here, could get flanked here, that's it. The section without any like heavier firepower. I'm not going to do well against the Orbs dad. Not well at all. But there you go, Cromwell tank out here for TwistedTootsy. Iroha cancelling, go for the Panther 4, adding the tank commander there to the Cromwell tank.
A capture point is being overrun.
And they actually managed to dodge the mine. That is... Oh, there we go. They actually hit it then. TwistedTootsy tank, they're rolling ahead. Their shots fired. Squirrel shattered, but no Germans deprived of their lives.
Can be added to infantry squads now.
Another set of squirrel casualties, but still no Germans. Panther 4 will be on the way to Iroha. Scams and south, the opposite of the Fultz Grenadiers. Up north, their point being seized. Then we got 327 to 446. More firing here from the Cromwell tank. Far up north here, folks, right with the Cromwell tank there. Shot fired, missed, ground the centre there. We do have bolster section out now for TwistedTootsy now, but it's definitely an improvement. Still, not like they're going to do get some mines, they're very good, but still no weapon racks, no grenades, and no doctrines either. TwistedTootsy remains very much uncommitted. We got trenches, we got mines, he's really digging in there. Those Jerrys won't know what hell will be, just like at the Somme. I don't think that one well went for us, sir. Oh, shut up, this one will. More trenches here for TwistedTootsy. Sudden heavy shift there. More mines, equivalent to Cromwell. Lots of mines. He's really shifting here to a heavy defensive strategy now around the centre. Though without any anti-tank guns, which does stand out, but normally you'd expect some anti-tank guns, we do get ones there, but yeah. Sudden shift to defense here from TwistedTootsy, hoping to bait his opponent into like some pointless and futile engagements of attrition, which of course TwistedTootsy would like to be able to win here. So a significant shift in strategy, which is typically not something you actually see from most players. Like they tend to like have a hard time doing with that, or at least adapting their strategy, like to deal with the circumstances. But TwistedTootsy has definitely made, I think, a very active shift here. I would hope to see what he can actually do with it. Yeah, trenches, sandbags him, like he is really digging in there. I think part of the reason I was all trying to dig sandbags in is possibly to make it easy to get into trenches, but also make it hard for the opponent just rush into them. Hits a mine there. Iroha definitely did not see like coming, more mines going off there though. They're under, not on the German infantryman's feet, one of them done on the trench. Again done there. I wonder what is up with this sandbag, like to block enemy movement? Or is it to make it easy to like get into the trench safely perhaps? 6-pounder gun ring up here, going to try and engage that Panther, get close to it, but there's also in the way. Cromwell arriving. Twisted onto some significant heat here from Iroha. His position wasn't ready enough here, wasn't prepared, and Iroha was able to exploit that and punch right through here. Bad luck for TwistedTootsy. Great moment for Iroha. Currently entertaining there with the officer. Orbson getting one in the veterans one in the process. Back hits reinforcing healing. Cromwell repairs. More mines going off here. Further casualties for Iroha. Need to fix up the Cromwell. Retreating backwards. Schwer punted quarters up there. We got Raketenwerfer number 2 here for Iroha. Immer mehr Raketenwerfer. Fixing up the Cromwell. Sapper started to work fixing it all up. Clearing out the remaining mines. We're good with Iroha. Dumps up there. Twist is definitely in a bit more of a tight spot. Still no doctrine though. Still no doctrine. Still not clear as to what TwistedTootsy is planning here versus Iroha. Crom rushing forwards here. Focusing around it, getting moving on the flank here, getting put in the Cromwell. Infantry continuing their advancing through the centre, throwing off the Iroha's positions. Panther party covering fire for the retreating troops, working of course Panther commander for increased action. Again, like a good chance of getting wiped out here, because Iroha's being too slow retreating it. Very good chance if he gets swapped, that'd be certainly quite good there for TwistedTootsy, but no, Iroha there does get enough luck, and now the Vic as he really wrecks TwistedTootsy's counter-attack there. We got 286 with 421. TwistedTootsy still has a significant lead over Iroha in terms of victory points. Quite significant lead. Court here laying down sandbags in the centre. Got false scrolls on moving in again. Chrome being repaired once more. Iroha's not far from another Panther on TwistedTootsy again, not far away from the second Cromwell. But still, no doctrine. And plenty of munitions being floated. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what he's planning here. We're not seeing any grenades, we're not seeing any weapon ranks, we're not seeing, you know, I mean, maybe it's Commander Regiment. Like, he would actually use, like, say, the mortar cover, I think, to maybe disrupt some of Iroha's things there. That could be an option for TwistedTootsy. But beyond that, it's a bit tough to say there what exactly TwistedTootsy is even planning. But his options are numerous, which is partly, again, what makes it hard to, like, guess. But he definitely needs to make a decision soon. Combat's doing some hits there. Advancing the centre against south side, seeing no action, bit of triangulation there perhaps. 2 seconds acting out there, perhaps one heading southwards, fixing up Cromwell again. Got the Orbs on the move once more, might try and threaten the carve point. Cromwell shoots. Close to being hammered.
Enemy causing trouble.
Some sort of suspension. It's Anvil for TwistedTootsy. That means Churchill tanks and heavy sappers. Interesting strategic shift there. Good great hit from the Cromwell, killing some foot from the ears. The south steady advancing on the southern big 2-point munition point.
Units are now ready to use Anvil defensive drills and tactics.
So there we go. Good to go. Can upgrade some of them to heavy engineers. There we go. Great shift from north to establish a post in here that can make it harder for TwistedTootsy to break through into there. Yak Pants on the field to deal with British armour. Not bad. Will also be useful against the Churchill tank. TwistedTootsy, I think, is not too far from that one. But certainly stuff like Anvil tanks definitely feels a bit more TwistedTootsy in a way. Definitely feels a bit more like TwistedTootsy. Lack of a doctrine does not. He's typically, in my experience, he's been much more on point with those, so it's a bit strange that he still hasn't chosen anything.
Our capture point. They're
It
trying
is a
to
bit
take
strange
it.
to me. Cromwell setting out. Shots fired. Fulton's routed. Yak Pants are almost done. Still a significant munitions float here from TwistedTootsy. We've got both sections upgraded to heavy sapper status. Cromwell rushing forwards here. I'm going to my Kedden efforts. Going to need to fire smoke on those, I think. And you've had a fallen bit of trouble. No smoke fired either. But there you go, machine right, which does open up for him to push up the Kedden efforts, clear them out. The southeast section routed. Yak Pants moving in there. The high velocity Tim from the gun.
A capture point is being overrun.
6-pound gun at the ready, but already a bit damaged there from encounters with the Germans. More mines here. I'm guessing that's pretty much what his plan is to me. Soldiers grab the northern victor off the section there, but artillery called in here. Falls with the tank and also quick fences off them in the mines here. The TwistedTootsy just spent all the time and resources laying down. Twisted there got lucky. No dice there. Grab northern victory point there. Back here reinforcing healing. More mines from TwistedTootsy. Very close to the Churchill tank, but still no sign of a doctrine. .283 was 370, Fortifying against this officer. We're starting to take some nasty losses against the Ace Fultons. Also, they popped this light gun bomb before retreating. Yak Pants actually take a shot there. Got the southern foot of the Vickers case and whatnot. While I'm being met by severe German resistance here. He's not conceding that point no matter what. Not one step back. Sieg oder Tod. Switch reinforcing healing. From shooting at the Volksguns, I'm taking map. Pantherford falling back. TwistedTootsy situation is now a lot less great compared to the situation we had a much greater hand here versus Iroha. He is not quite able to exploit that into like further stuff. And again, part of it feel like it's just like, you know, a lack of anything greater there. And also I think too much behavior focus in the sense like it's not really tried to outmaneuver Iroha increasingly, whereas again just focusing head on attacks, which makes it much easier for Iroha to like focus far and TwistedTootsy. Make it also much easier to defend against a much smaller force. Pushing with Cromwell here, and down it goes. A slap across the face of a TwistedTootsy, and stinging slap across the face. Northern point being seized. Is he perhaps actually planning tactical support in the crocodile, maybe? I mean, he's got increased large amount of fuel floating about in there. And he almost has the manpower as well. He also has the tech, so he could actually go for the crocodile instead, which might have a slightly higher chance of succeeding here compared to the regular Churchill tank, due to the flamethrower being able to like clear out infantry and support weapons fast, and particularly like Cadnav being dealt with fast would be a high priority here for TwistedTootsy. So it's not impossible, but this is TwistedTootsy. So he could just go for a regular Churchill tank in the end. I wouldn't put it past him. But right now, tactical support seems like the most likely. Changes up north. Section moving forwards. Obviously moving as well. Far up north, go across the section here. Obviously on the other side, they're going to the two samples of the light machine guns blazing away there. The south, the heavy firing their Pentagon, the British foot forces were routed. Officers showing no mercy. Starting to look a lot like a crocodile, though again. Oh, Officer White, that is a brutal loss there for TwistedTootsy. A brutal loss. But he can't go for the crocodile. He goes for the Firefly, alright. Meanwhile, the guy trying to wear the feet up. Still no sign of the doctrine from TwistedTootsy, and certainly no clue as to what he could be planning if at this point he's got anything planned. 10.5 from the 6-pounder gun. Lines down there for Iroha. The light team front side shots. Sapper striking there to break forwards. Six-pounder gun throwing away. Section's being about there. Jack Panther just blasting infantry. He's not seen any armor, so he's just using it to fire infantry for the time being. Oh, hits a man right from the anti-tank, and then this could be it for TwistedTootsy. This could be the moment, but there you go, Tilly called in here. There we go, rapid moves line to quickly dodge it. But the crew gets wiped. And Tilly could finish it off here. Yes, indeed. Oh dear, just no luck there for TwistedTootsy. No luck, no, also no doctrine. Got the Sherman Firefly out here for TwistedTootsy. And the tank commanders that one. Northeast section probably back into the trench, and again note the sandbag wings on it. I think the way it's set up is to make it harder for the opponent to get into the trench, whereas you can make it easier for him to get into it. So that's also get out of it, obviously, since the opponent can have to like move around it. So that's an interesting sort of tactical setup there, but TwistedTootsy. Trench wings, if you will. Obviously also makes it safe for troops to get into their final side just a bit. We got 283 versus 315, still no doctrine from TwistedTootsy. Still nothing. Going around the car for them in the section, and the folks on this side running up as well here. Yak Panther running forward, and the south the Panther track in the section here, flanking to take them out in the centre here. Heavy firing there. Yak Panther about 500 force heavy shoots. Heavy damage to the Firefly. Yak Panther almost got it. Sections being bled out here. TwistedTootsy situation I think is further deteriorating here as Iroha's just controlling the flow of the battle now extremely well. And TwistedTootsy is not controlling it at all. North Trench being bombarded. Obviously gaining eventually 20 kills already. far further than great here. OKW did, and then the Penfold takes over the heat shield. With that, I think TwistedTootsy is out of the one. There you go, GG, game over. Ended up with no doctrine chosen there for TwistedTootsy. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the thought was there, but in the end, I don't think it helped him. I think part of the issue, though, wasn't just the lack of a doctrine. Part of the issue is just, for example, the way he used the machine very passively there. But also, I think his O-focus in the center there, I think, was a mistake there by TwistedTootsy. Should have focused more on the resource, trying to pressure his opponent, of course. This made it harder, but then the south, I think, was still a viable option there for TwistedTootsy to look into as well, versus his opponent. He also might have benefited from something like a more turn placement, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, do tell me. So this is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.